Well, hello there. History repeats, but worse. Cave paintings are just wall graffiti for cavemen, hand smeared on stone like failed high fives to eternity. Mammoths snicker from the corner while fire eats the shadows. The mammoth complained about its job, but no one listened. Tusks down, shoulders hunched. Do I get health insurance? It asked. The hunter shrugged. End of discussion. Stone tools and existential dread, flint slices fingers, and somehow also hope. I sharpen knives, not answers. Dinosaurs were just bad at planning meetings. Two heads argue over lunch. The asteroid waits in the wings, deadline, extinction. Fire is a mood, not a utility. It licks walls, it hums, it judges the caveman's love life. The crown is heavier than your expectations. Gold digs into skull like taxes nobody wants. Every smile a mortgage, every nod a debt. Napoleon was just a man who bought small hats. Hat too tiny, ambition too big. He looked up, and Europe laughed politely. History books are written by people who had no chill. Margins bleeding with rage. Footnotes plotting revenge. Ink smells like sarcasm. The guillotine had better social skills than most politicians, swift, decisive, and less annoying at parties. Medieval taxes, a comedy of errors, literally. The king counted coins, forgot the peasants existed, the peasants laughed, and tax code. Knights fought dragons while debating email etiquette, CC or BCC. Swords clashed, dragons sighed, humans got distracted. The king had too many hats, not enough answers. Feathers fly, brains stay flat, crowns pile up in the treasury, but the questions remain. The Illuminati only wanted better snacks, triangles carved into cheese, occasional pineapple sacrilege. Secrets taste better with crackers. They put a pyramid in my wallet and called it currency. I stare at bills, pyramids smirking like tiny architects. Money has teeth. Area 51 called. They said it's just really dusty. Aliens sweep floors politely, take lunch breaks at 12:03. We panic anyway. The moon is suspiciously flat, but I'm distracted. It hovers like a pancake smirking at my insomnia. I wave. It ignores me. Secret societies prefer bad fonts in their contracts. Times New Roman, bold, italic, mysterious, sign here, soul included, unreadable clauses, optional panic. The New World Order forgot the instructions manual. Button pressed, chaos ensues, aliens shrug, Earth laughs at itself. Aliens text me in Morse code, but I'm always busy. Dots and dashes, existential spam. I ignore their vibration, they sigh across galaxies. Traffic lights judge my existence. Red stares at me. Yellow whispers, really? Green shrugs. I run away. Wi Fi is a cult, but I like it anyway. Signal strong, brain weak. We chant passwords like prayers. The router smiles. The sky is falling, but it's on sale. Clouds with clearance tags and lightning coupons. I grab one for breakfast. Elevator music slowly kills the soul. Bach or Barry White, both equally sinister. I hum along in despair. My smartphone hates me more than my therapist. Screen glows with passive aggression. Notifications judge my life choices. Battery dies in shame. The apocalypse is a series of PowerPoint slides. Slide 1, fire. Slide 2, betrayal. Slide 3, nobody reads. Slide 3. The end of the world is fashionably late. Arrives in stilettos, checking its hair and reflections. Apocalypse is dramatic. Plagues prefer people who don't laugh at memes. They scroll untouched. Viruses sigh in frustration. Memes survive. The moon sent me an invoice for emotional labor. It bills in tides, interest compounded nightly. I can't pay. I just cry. Zombies would be worse if they had jobs. They'd unionize, complain about benefits, and bite coworkers in HR. Firestorms are just nature's way of saying LOL. Flames twist in amusement. Smoke curls like a smirk. I panic anyway. Volcanoes play sarcastic tunes at 3 a.m. Lava tiptoes down streets while crickets take notes. Ash writes passive aggressive letters to the sky. The sun overcompensates because it's jealous of the moon. It glares through clouds, sweats through the shingles, burns its own reflection for sport. Coffee knows my sins better than confession. Steam curls like whispered accusations. Every sip a small punishment. I drink repentance in liquid form. Eggs scramble my identity. Yolk oozes between my fingers like half remembered dreams. Shells laugh quietly at my failures. Toast is a metaphor for everything wrong with capitalism. Brown, crunchy, overpriced. Butter slides like corruption. I chew quietly, plotting revolt. Bacon is an existential threat. Sizzles like conscience, grease stains morality. I eat anyway. Milk cartons hold the secrets of the universe. Cartons whisper in fluorescent aisles. Expiration dates measure infinity. I shake them, listening. Cereal boxes judge me before I wake up. Mascots glare, prizes hidden. Sugar crunches like disappointment. I pour my shame into a bowl. The spoon is my only confidant. It stirs silently, never asks questions. Perfect listener. The pharaoh could have avoided this if he listened to his cat. The sphinx shrugs in hindsight. Mummies mumble complaints. Sam laughs. The Berlin Wall had trust issues. Concrete divides lovers. Graffiti argues with history. We all peek through cracks. Revolutions are just parties that got angry. Marching bands play anarchist jazz. Tear gas smells like regret. Confetti covers the corpses. The Cold War was actually a misunderstood ice cream fight. Vanilla spies, chocolate missiles, Stalin sneezed, the world melted. Democracy has a hangover and won't admit it. Votes stumble into day- Votes stumble into daylight. Campaigns whisper apologies. No one remembers last night. Monuments are just fancy paperweights. Stone towers hold air, names carved in arrogance. Wind blows anyway. Aliens would laugh, but they're too polite. Spaceships hover, beaming amusement. We panic unnecessarily. Existentialism tastes like overcooked noodles, chewy, limp, slightly sad, sauce of doubt drizzle over. I slurp quietly. The History Channel only tells half the joke. Documentaries wink slyly. Footnotes roll their eyes. We pretend to be informed. Humanity's greatest invention is complaining efficiently. Emails, tweets, passive aggressive post its. We excel at whining. Gold medals awarded daily. Maybe we're all just cave paintings, excuse me. Maybe we're all just cave paintings waiting to be understood. Hands pressed to invisible walls, shadows dance in fluorescent light. We scream, hoping someone sees. And now I would like to present to you Apocalypse, but make it lo fi. Both of these Google Docs will be in the description below. Random poetry. Boomer nursery rhymes, distorted transmission. You were raised in a shag carpet cathedral where avocado appliances hummed hymns of forever prosperity, while dad's belt buckle was a sermon and mom's Tupperware parties were sacraments of denial. College will be cheap. Mortgages will fall from the sky. Just work hard, just work harder. Just grind until your jaw is powder. They stitched those mantras into your baby teeth, left fluoride stains on your bedtime stories, spoon fed you stock market lullabies, and 1,000 frozen casseroles of quiet rage. They built suburbs like padded cells, chained swing sets to HOA covenants, wrapped love in asbestos insulation, told you feelings were draft dodgers, told you therapy was a communist plot. And now their Facebook timelines rot into infinite chain letters, digital dollies crocheted in paranoia, while you scroll, while you scroll, while you scroll through their pixelated nostalgia, searching for proof they ever actually saw you. Their voices a chorus of AM radio ghosts, their love a coupon clipped in 1979, their advice a VHS tape melting in the attic heat. But you are the distortion. The glitch their vinyl needle never predicted, the static burst between generational jingles, the scream in the baby monitor that never stopped. Gen X parents, latchkey lullabies. Raised on microwave pizza rolls and broken MTV signals, they swore they'd never be their parents, yet here they are. Dad bods and ironic band tees, mom hiding antidepressants in a mason jar, love doled out through sarcasm and Netflix passwords. They parent sideways, half skeptical, half stoned, half still wondering if life is supposed to feel like a rerun of Friends with the laugh track missing. Discipline? More like, hey, don't do meth, okay? As they Venmo you for gas money. Millennial parents, organic anxieties. They baby proof the Wi Fi, hand knit apps into lullabies, cradle their kids in BPA free strollers while debt snowballs in the basement. They read 12 parenting blogs before breakfast, worry if Montessori toys are made ethically, if screen time will fry synapses, if gluten free teething crackers carry the ghost of late capitalism. They cry in the pantry, then post a meme about crying in the pantry, then teach their kids mindfulness through YouTube yoga. Gen Z parents, post ironic pacifiers. Tattooed wrist rocking bassinets, baby's first words recorded on TikTok, everything captioned with lowercase irony. They breastfeed under LED RGB lights, cue vaporwave playlist for bedtime, and debate whether to let their toddler see the collapse of civilization in real time or filter it with cottagecore daydreams. They raise children in algorithmic nurseries, every tantrum live streamed, every milestone archived in the cloud, praying the servers don't shut down. Their lullabies glitch, their love memes, their fear. What if my kid goes viral before I do? Gen Alpha parents, AI cradle songs. The babies grew up. The babies grow up to raise babies. Parenthood outsourced to holograms, milk warmed by drone delivery, bedtime stories whispered by synthetic voices trained on ancient archives of Peppa Pig. Discipline delegated to apps, love streamed through neural implants, family dinner a mixed reality projection with avatars passing pixelated potatoes. Their children will not know the smell of crayons or Play Doh, but they'll inherit perfectly optimized nostalgia, licensed by Disney, looping endlessly in 16K resolution. Their lullabies are battery warnings, their bedtime prayers are software updates, and somewhere deep in the server racks, the ghost of a mother hums a tune no child will remember. Minted nuclear war. Teeth like little white flags flickering in the fluorescent hum of the bathroom, toothpaste squeezed like an anxious confession. I swirl water like a minor planet spitting stars into the sink and feeling the quiet apocalypse of plaque. Floss slides through the debris of last night like a wire between fractured satellites, catching the tiny regrets I left behind in caramel and coffee. The bristles vibrate like neurons on fire, screaming in rhythms only my gums understand. Mouthwash burns like regret in liquid form, minty nuclear winter. I gargle the ghosts of cavities I have not yet invited. Mirror reflects a twitching white landscape, fractured molars plotting rebellion. Somewhere in the corners of enamel, a pulse of life unseen, a miniature war against sugar, against the slow decay of being, and I brush again, as if my life depends on it, as if my sanity is measured in fluoride. Soft uterus. Soft uterus, trembling like a paper lantern in the draft of another sleepless night. I feel you swell inside, a secret drum beneath my ribs. Blood like low humming satellites traces old rhythms down a body that remembers every eruption, every pause, every quiet apocalypse of not knowing. Pregnancy comes as a slow pulse, a tiny insurgent in the cosmos of flesh, curling, folding unseen like a minor planet hiding in the shadow of teeth. Menstruation comes as a flood, a red confession I cannot contain, a river where time loops and I float like a phantom watching my body negotiate with itself. Soft uterus, you are both cradle and battlefield. You leak, you grow, you mourn, you endure, and I, a jittering wired observer, record the tiny revolutions that no one else can see. The quiet terror and joy of being both fragile and infinite. Extraterrestrial menstrual cycle. Red tides orbit a body not entirely my own, spinning in alien rhythms, crimson moons in a dark solar system. I feel it first as a whisper of gravity pulling, folding, curling like a spacecraft caught in orbit around a soft, uncharted planet. Each cycle vibrates like radio static from a distant constellation, a signal I can't decode, a message in blood and tissue that I am both stranger and familiar. Flesh becomes landscape, craters of desire, valleys of ache, and the pulse of life, alien and urgent, echoes beneath the surface like a machine dreaming of stars. I float through this private cosmos, not sure where the body ends and the universe begins, counting the cycles like satellites circling endlessly, watching the red tide rise and fall with impossible patience. Extraterrestrial menstrual cycle ritual chant for all sacred female living beings. Oh, sisters of the crimson tide, listen to the orbiting of your blood moons, dancing in sync with a universe that doesn't give a damn but somehow still remembers you. We chant to the soft quake beneath your ribs, to the tiny insurgents curling in your wombs, to the rivers that spill, to the moons that rise and fall, like bosses in the sky checking your PTO. Blood is sacred, messy, rebellious, like a cosmic joke whispered through the teeth of stars. We honor the ache, the swell, the impossible patience, the body negotiating with itself and the gods who are probably just binge watching us. Shake your hips, little planets. Let your pulse collide with alien constellations. Let the cycle be loud. Let it be quiet. Let it be everything that the universe forgot to explain. We scream blessings into the void for all sacred female living beings, for the moon, the womb, the quiet revolt of flesh, for blood, for birth, for surviving in a body that is at once fragile and infinite. Scripture of the Outsider. And the city built its towers of glass and its machines of chatter, and the voices moved quick as lightning over wires that burned my ears. I stood at the gates, body intact, spirit intact, yet coded in a language the world would not decipher. They called me strange, they called me broken, they called me a shadow that did not fit the light. But my silence was not emptiness, my pause was not failure, my difference was not ruin. For every pause contains a cosmos, and every struggle writes the law of a secret kingdom. Blessed are the misfits, for the rhythm cannot be stolen. Blessed are the disabled, for their pace reshapes the earth beneath them. The multitude marches in patterns I cannot bear, their ceremonies dizzy and cruel. They name this unity, they name this progress. Yet I know exile is not absence, it is revelation. For in the solitude of the outsider there is clarity, in the silence of the unheard there is prophecy. The ones who stumble on words, who tremble at lights, who move against the noise, they carry the sacred fracture that proves creation is larger than one design. The market will try to erase them. The rulers will call them burdens. The crowd will avert their eyes. But I write this: the disabled are not errors in the code. They are the variables that reveal the hidden beauty of the algorithm. And when the towers fall, when the chatter collapses into ash, it is their slow truth, their sharp perception, their unshakable survival that will remain. So let it be sung: alienation is not a curse, it is a covenant. And the kingdom of the outsider shall endure beyond the kingdom of conformity. Now, to finish this video off, I would like to present a war manifesto against the lizard elite and its sequel, Tear Down the Lizard Empire. Rip the scales from their smiling faces, tear the gold out of their veins. The billionaires in glass towers, reptiles in Armani feeding on silence, sucking marrow through fiber optic veins. They write laws in secret rooms, carve symbols into banknotes, sell your future like cattle at auction. They host galas with blood under their fingernails. They clap while oceans rot. They build rockets not for exploration, but for escape. They are not human. They are scales and suits. They are hunger and skin. They are priests of the algorithm. Their religion is money. They are commandments: buy, obey, forget. Their sacraments: debt, 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 and silence. The pyramid on the dollar isn't decoration, it's the eye staring back, mocking the blind. The owl in the night isn't wisdom, it's surveillance. The 13 isn't unlucky, it's ownership. They rub it in your face every day, every broadcast, every logo. symbols everywhere hidden in plain sight, laughing at your ignorance. They are the bloodline of Babylon, the architects of collapse, the serpents whispering in every coronation, every constitution, every Silicon Valley launch party. They feed on wars, they stage pandemics, they script markets, they crash on command. I might have said that way too wrong. I meant to say they feed on wars, they stage, pandemics, they script, markets, they crash on command. But listen, the masquerade is brittle, their empire is holographic, fear is their only weapon, illusion their only shield. Crack the illusion, the lizard chokes. So scream louder, refuse the contract, smash the glass towers, tear the curtains from Davos and Bohemian Grove, expose the scales under the skin, drag the rituals into the daylight. They chant, control the light, blind the swarm, bleed them slow. We respond, no, no, no. The lizard elite collapse not in fire, but in humiliation. Their power rots when you laugh in their faces. Their pyramid crumbles when you step aside and stop carrying it on your back. This is war, but not with weapons. This is war with refusal, revelation, and rage. The billionaires have their towers. We have our voices. The reptiles have their silence. We have the scream. Tear off the mask. Tear down the pyramid. Let the sky collapse on their kingdom of scales. Tear down the lizard empire. They smile with human skin, but the scales show under floodlights. Billionaires equal reptiles. Markets equal blood farms. You equal cattle if you stay silent. The pyramid is a prison. The eye is a weapon. The owl is laughing at you in the night. Control the light. Blind the swarm. Bleed them slow. This is their Heim. Refuse. Scream. Burn the contracts. This is ours. Davos is a temple. Wall Street is a ritual. Tech gods are lizard priests. Rockets are escape pods. They are leaving you to drown. Truth equals not hidden. Truth equals mockery. They carve it into your money, your logos, your airport murals. No more obedience, no more sacrifice, no more debt shrines to their greed. Slogan, tear the mask off, scales underneath. Slogan, laugh at their power, it evaporates. Slogan, the pyramid crumbles when you step away. We are not their herd. We are not their battery. We are not their experiment. End the lizard kingdom, end the billionaire bloodline, end the illusion. This is the rupture, this is the scream, this is the collapse of their hologram. The sky falls and the scales are exposed. Thank you for watching.